a very interesting manner. Instead of bringing the food to the stomach, they bring the stomach to the food. Here a starfish, more correctly called a sea star because they are in no way related to fish, has begun feeding on a common intertidal mussel. Because this is in the lab, the sea star takes time to position the mussel properly, using its 5 large arms or rays to manipulate the mussel. The bottom of each of these rays is covered with hundreds of white stalk-like tube feet. They're not visible right now, but we'll be able to see them better later in the film. Recall that we said the sea star brings the stomach to the food, but how can it do this with the mussel shell in the way? Well, the way to get around that problem is to pull the 2 halves of the mussel shell apart, and the sea star does this using the rays and the tube feet. Once the shells have been pulled apart, the stomach is pushed out or reverted through the mouth and into the open mussel shell, where the meat inside is digested away. This is what you would see in the intertidal. The stomach is hidden. It can't be seen because of the body of the sea star and because of the mussel shells themselves. Later in the film, we'll be able to watch the stomach in action. This is a time-lapse film, and what you see in 2 minutes is what takes the sea star about 12 hours to accomplish. The stomach is a truly marvelous organ. It's capable of digesting a muscle that has been tightly wired shut, and it's able to do this by using the irregularities between the 2 halves of the shell. When this was measured, it was found that the sea star required only 0.3 of a millimeter in order to gain access to the shell. Occasionally, tube feet are visible here, and shortly the sea star will have completed its meal and will move away from the mussel. This mussel has been cut in half and is being supported on the end of a plastic tube against the front of the aquarium so that the activity of the stomach will be visible. The mussel was placed in a neutral red stain, a harmless dye. Neutral red colors the tissues of the mussel. Notice the activity of the tube feet and how they manipulate the shell. There are so many that the mouth of the sea star is hidden. Now the stomach is being pushed out or everted through the mouth. Like an expanding plastic bag, it is invading the tissues of the mussel so that digestion can begin. The activity of the tube feet continue to probe the stomach, perhaps moving it about, directing it through the muscle tissue. Already digestion has begun. Some of the material is being carried up the stomach and into the body of the sea star. This sequence was filmed with floodlights on at all times. They heated up the water to such an extent that the sea star retracted the stomach before the mussel was completely consumed. This is another fresh mussel that has been cut in half and stained with neutral red. The tube feet move the sea star toward the mussel. In normal intertidal life, They are also used for opening the muscle, for smell, and for respiration. At this point, the sea star had fed on so many of the mussels that were dyed with neutral red that the stomach picked up the stain, so it too is red. Once again, it is being expanded and pushed out through the mouth. The activity of the tube feet increases. The stomach continues to expand until it covers the entire mussel. Digestion is well underway. Shortly, on the right side of the shell, digestion will have been completed. Already the silvery mother-of-pearl lining of the mussel shell is becoming visible. The stomach is divided into pouches. One pouch remains on the right side of the shell. Digestion there is not completed. Gradually, the stomach is partially withdrawn, however, as digestion continues. There goes the pouch on the right. Digestion is complete.